welcome back to On the Football. I have another review for you guys. Today I'm going to be reviewing 4 different compression tops. So I have 3 different brands here. It's going to be Nike over here. That's a short sleeve compression top. I've got Champion brand, which is like the Target brand, a sleeveless compression top. I've got another compression top from Nike, short sleeve, and then I have a long sleeve compression top, which is going to be Under Armour. So obviously, I've used all of these to play football at one point last season. I tested out. If you saw in the video that I did in season 1 of my Vapor Jet 2.0s, I was actually wearing this in that video. That's actually when I tested it out. So I've worn it a few times since, and I can tell you all the different benefits. So they look the same. They're all different, including the Nike ones. And we're about to go through all those differences. So let's go ahead and get started. But first, we're going to start with the Nike compression top. This is actually a hyper cool, and you can't really tell because this is a hyper cool that's actually meant for soccer. And the retail price is $50. I paid about $30 from East Bay because I got it on sale. But normally it'd be $50. It comes in 2 colors, white and black, and it's probably the most comfortable compression top that I've worn. So the material is going to be, let's see, a nylon spandex, and 95% nylon, 5% spandex, but it's super stretchy. So I would think with 5% it wouldn't be as stretchy, but I'm telling you, it's super stretchy. In terms of short sleeve versus this compression top, this is your standard compression top from Nike. It's not hyper cool, and it's only about $25. And the sleeves on this one are actually longer, so they show a little bit more than they do on this one. So if you saw my Vapor Jet 2.0 video, I was wearing the hyper cool, and you could see my white sleeve showing just a tiny bit. But I like the way they felt. It's a lot like a really thin cotton t-shirt. It does wick away your sweat, and if you look really closely, you can see the zone ventilation for hyper cool, but it's all white. You see those ridges? All those ridges are hyper cool. All the pattern around the ridges. So that right there in the middle, that's all hyper cool. Around the edges, that's all hyper cool. The front of the shirt, it's so hard to see. You can see the line right here. So on the outside, that's all hyper cool. The hyper cool comes all the way down here on this side, up on this side, and around. And on the back, even though it might be a little bit easier to tell on the back, but you've seen the V part in the back that's hyper cool, and this has that same pattern. You just can't see it. You can barely see it in white outline. So it is hyper cool. It's one of the only shirts that are going to be a solid color and hyper cool. The entire back of the shirt is ventilated, unlike the other shirts that you see that are meant for football that are hyper cool, where they actually just had the V pattern ventilated. The entire back of the shirt is ventilated. And the difference between this and that hyper cool is that that one doesn't stretch. The vented zones don't stretch in that, and this one does, and that's why you pay a little bit more. That's why I decided to test it out. It also has a V-neck with the Nike sign here versus this regular compression shirt. It's not hyper cool. It has a crew neck. It's tight. It doesn't stretch as much, and it's a cheaper price. But between the two on the ends that are short sleeve, the main differences are this one they both wick your sweat away, but this one you don't feel as much wetness and coldness when you get wet, and it also dries quicker. This one is super comfortable, super stretchy. You do feel a little bit more wetness, especially after gameplay, and it takes a lot longer to dry. So overall, I prefer this one just because it feels so comfortable, but this one does a little better job. This one actually fits better because this actually goes a little bit longer, and I'm going to try them on for you guys. This one here, it like stops, and it's just a weird fitment. So now we'll talk about the middle one, which is the sleeveless. And the sleeveless one from Target is about $10. That's why I wanted to test it out. I need a quick sleeveless shirt on a hot day. And this one, the sweat wicking material is okay. I'd say it's on par with Nike, but it has the same horrible fitment. It actually comes up at the bottom when I'm playing. It's like I have a belly shirt. I'm wearing it for basketball, and I felt like a girl. I felt like I had a little belly shirt, and I didn't really like that. So I might try, if I need another sleeveless. It doesn't show under my jersey, but if I need another sleeveless, I'd probably go with a different brand. But if you wanted a cheap option and you didn't want to pay, what, $50 for that one or $25 for that one, you could just pay $10 to go to your local Target. They have a lot of different colors, and you could try it. So this is called Duo Dry It does its job. It's all right. Let's see with the seams. It has the same type of seams as Under Armour. So there's actually like, some ridges here. You don't feel them. This has like flat lock seams over here, and flat lock means that the seams are flat versus over here something like this where you actually see the seam. So that's the difference between a flat lock seam, which is supposed to be more comfortable, and the actual seam. But actually, honestly, between flat lock and seams, you don't feel the difference, but you can tell the difference. This one is actually called Seamless, and actually all the way around. So you can see on this shirt, it has the seams at the side. This one has no seams all the way around. It's completely seamless. The only flat lock seams that it has are right here at the top, and other than that, it's seamless, and that's what makes it so comfortable. So that brings us to the Under Armour one. So this Under Armour one is about $30 or $35. They're actually replacing it with Heat Gear Sonic. So this is Heat Gear. In fact, all these are Heat Gear. All these are meant for hot weather, including the long sleeve. But this one is called Heat Gear, and it's for any temperature between 75 degrees and 100 degrees that you can wear it in. So that's why I wear it and I don't get hot. This does not have flat lock seams. I can't feel it. It's a super light material. It stretches really easily. It's probably my favorite shirt, long sleeve, besides this one. It probably performs the best out of all of these three in terms of wicking sweat away, drying, and keeping your body temperature regulated and your body cool and not cold. That's why I like it so much. So a lot of you have asked me how come, I'm a Nike fan, but I wear a lot of Under Armour base layers, and this is why. So I think they have the best compression technology, and I think they have the best sweat wicking material. It also comes in a ton of colors, just like this Nike shirt and this Target shirt or Champion shirt. And that's why I went with this. So Under Armour actually has a new Heat Gear coming out. It's called Heat Gear Sonic, and the difference is it's supposed to have flat lock seams, so you can tell this one is not flat lock, but again, I don't really notice that difference. And also, it's supposed to be a more comfortable material. It's supposed to be more like cotton, so it's supposed to feel more like this with the same ventilation and cooling and stretch characteristics as the existing Under Armour. So that'd be a really nice shirt. I may try to get one. I may try to get a sleeveless one and do that review later this year and this season. But for now, that's your review on all of these. So if you ask me, hey, which one is my favorite? I would say the Under Armour brand, if I could pick one, would be my favorite. But this Nike is a close second. And if I could wear this Nike in a sleeveless for right now, I would get it. But I think the Under Armour Sonic is supposed to be like this, so I'm probably going to get that. And I'll have an updated review for you on that. So once again, the prices were $25 for this one, $10 for this one, $50 for that one, and $35 for that one. So now I'm about to try these on, so just so you can see how they look. The first shirt that I'm going to try on for you guys is the Target shirt. It's the Champion brand, so I want you to see how easy it is to put on, because that does make a difference with some of the compression. So this is a $10 sleeveless shirt. You can see how it fits, and you can see how far it comes down. And what I was saying before is that when I start running around, it just slowly starts to creep up, and then it usually sits like about here. And this is a little belly shirt that I was saying. So you do get air to your stomach, but it's a weird feeling if you're about to use it for practice and you don't have your jersey on, because you will be walking around like this. So if you're comfortable with that, it's a good shirt. But that is the reason why I liked some of the other ones. So let me try on the next one for you. The next shirt I'm trying on for you is just the regular Nike Pro Combat Compression. So this one is $25. And also you can see it's super easy to put on. Just stretch it out a little bit. You can see how it fits over the shoulders and where the cutoff is for the short sleeve. You can see how low it goes. So this one does tend to stay down a little bit more than the other one. Even though it's a longer shirt, it really just sits like around my waist when I am playing. So you can see the crew neck here and the Nike sign over here. So this is pretty durable, and you wash it just like the rest, which is I wash it like on the delicate cycle, and then I don't dry. So you absolutely don't want to dry these, just hang dry, or you can hand wash, of course. So the next shirt is the Nike Pro Combat Hyper Cool. This is the one that I was saying is one of my favorites. That's super stretchy, a lot like cotton. And you can already see when I'm putting it on, it's easy, it stretches, And because it's so tight, I usually have to pull these up and rotate them a little bit. But it's comfortable. It's super comfortable, actually. It feels great on my shoulders. I have the cooled zones all the way around. You know, you can see how far it comes down, just a tad further on the arm. It's not quite a half sleeve, but it's not like a short sleeve either. This one comes down longer, a lot longer, by quite a bit. If I was to pull it down, that's how long it goes. But it usually just stay down. You can't see it under the jersey. So you know, if you're like Patrick Peterson, he always wears shirts under his jerseys. You can't see it that low, but it is a lot more comfortable. And I do like the Nike sign, like right in the middle of the chest. The last shirt for you guys is going to be the long sleeve Under Armour. Again, this is one of my favorite for the sweat wicking material. It does take a little bit longer to put on because it is long sleeve. So I put it on. You usually got to straighten the sleeves. Actually, all the shirts went on really easy today. But it is tough. Like with these long sleeves, man, they're kind of annoying because you got to get them to fit right. You don't want to be twisting and turning, you know, with your shoulder pads on under it. As far as long sleeve goes, this is super light. I've played in this shirt in 100-degree weather, and I've been fine because it is heat gear. But it is a nice crew neck. It doesn't bother you, doesn't chafe. None of them chafe, actually. So here you go. Here's how long it is. It's the shortest one of the bunch, but it also stays down the most, and it feels really good compression all throughout your body. So that's my review. Thanks for watching it. If you liked it, remember to give it a thumbs up. Share with your friends, subscribe, like, and I will see you in about a week.